Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
that's going good.
Hey,
Huh?
it's Goda, dude.
Well, what's he doing?
Oh, dude, he's fucking just doing his nighttime rounds,
Oh,
dude.
oh shit, man.
Oh shit, he's actually fucking getting blades, dude. Why do you think Goda likes
Wait
to
a
cook so
second.
much?
Goda's
Goda
doing
likes to
work?
cook so much huh?
I said, wait a second. Goda's doing work? He never does work. Isn't that like
Right,
he does
yeah.
crossword puzzles and then Shannon walks in and then he makes her do
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
work?
well, isn't he just like shutting all the windows and shit?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Also, why do you think Goda cooks so much? It's cause every time he walks past a window, every time he shuts the window, he does a massive fucking bong rip. And that's why he loves to cook so much, because he's just high all the fucking
Goda loves
time.
to bake.
Goda loves to vape. Goda loves vaping weed, dude.
Oh, I said bake.
Oh, bake. Yeah, yeah. He likes. Yeah, yeah. That was okay. That's good. That's a good joke.
Okay. Goda was doing the nighttime rounds. Wakanjima had always been empty, except for the Ushiwomiya family household. So, checking that the doors and windows were all closed had no real purpose. However, ever since the time Natsui had condemned such an attitude as being careless, the nighttime rounds had become part of the servants' daily routine. In the first place, Natsui had ordered this because of the occasional witch disturbances.
Fuck off, dude. What do you mean, witch disturbances? That doesn't even make any sense. Alright, whatever.
Everyone who came and left this island knew about the legend of Beatrice, the witch of the forest. It had become established as this island's characteristic ghost story. Because of that, it was only natural that that some people would claim that, when they thought they were alone in the mansion, they would hear a strange sound or see the shadow of a person.
It was only natural.
However, when that created a little too much of a disturbance and reached Natsui's ears, she made a fuss, thinking that some suspicious person might have been entering and leaving. Apparently, she had roused all the servants and had them check throughout the mansion. Because all of that panic over the witch had happened before Goda's arrival, he had only heard about it from the more senior servants. Ghost stories like that could be found in any workplace. Even at the hotels and restaurants Goda had worked at, there had been plenty of them. So when he heard about that story on this island, he'd given a forced smile, thinking, "Ah, so they have that kind of thing here after all." That forced smile aside, he had figured that, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, and had taken it seriously. Goda went along with it on the outside, but in his heart, he'd assumed it to be a childish trick. At first, that is. "This certainly is eerie. Yes, I can see why it was so easy for past servants to get into a panic." He could understand how someone doing the rounds on an eerie night like this might believe they'd seen a ghost if they saw a lace curtain waving in the breeze from a window that hadn't been closed. "So, if you make fun of the witch of the portrait, there is a curse. It seems there was even a servant who received a serious injury and quit. Well, I wouldn't want that. Think of my age. I probably wouldn't be granted a workplace this hospitable again. Ah, witch of the portrait. I'm working sincerely, so please give me some peace." Goda prayed to the portrait, his hands together, as though he was at a Shinto shrine.
And then he fucking died. Whoops.
At that time, he thought he heard a sound. The kitchen? Was that the sound of something metal falling on the floor? Maybe a mouse or a cockroach had come out and knocked over some of the dishes? No, how could that be? It was usually cleaned thoroughly. Thinking he'd check out what that noise really had been, Goda entered the kitchen. He turned on the kitchen light. When he did, he heard a strange sound. Clank, 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 clank.
Clank, clank.
To a cook like Goda, the sound felt like the lid on a pressure cooker or something shaking. Surely there wouldn't be a pot on the burner when no one was in the kitchen. Even if someone was using the gas, walking away from it would be quite dangerous. Just in case, Goda decided to inspect the area around the gas range. What is this? When he did, in the corner with the gas range, the pressure cooker really had been set out, just as he'd thought, but the flame wasn't on, and yet the lid was clanking. Was something fermenting and leaking gas? How could that be? Then was there a mouse or something inside? How could there be? Ridiculous. When people were watching, Goda acted as though he had a bold personality fitting for his build, but he actually had an unexpectedly timid side to him. He was frightened that there might be something inside, and he couldn't bring himself to check it carelessly. In his cowardice, he grabbed a nearby wooden pestle, and with a clunk, he tapped it a little forcefully against the side of the pressure cooker. When he did, the clanking sound suddenly stopped. He should have been relieved that it had stopped, but the fact that it had stopped when he'd hit it was even more eerie, and made him even more suspicious about what was inside. Mysterious phenomena do not exist in this world. Yes, witches and magic, things like that couldn't possibly exist. All phenomena can be explained with science, as if monsters and witches could exist. He repeated that many times, trying to build up his own confidence. The gap between what he was saying and what he was doing was quite comical. Who would believe in a witch? Who would believe in magic or curses? Come on. Show me what you really are. Take that! He removed the lid of the pressure cooker, and lying exposed there was the sparkling clean silver bottom of the pot. There was absolutely nothing frightening, like he'd imagined.
Horror story of the century.
Woo. Ha ha ha! It's only natural.
What the fuck?
There's no way there could have been anything inside. By now, Goda realized that he had been a coward. So, while he still had some doubts as to what had caused the lid to make that sound, he figured it wasn't a big problem, and decided not to worry about it too much. Then he took the lid he'd grabbed, and softly set it back down where it had been. It's fine, it won't make a sound. Of course it won't. As if witches or magic could exist.
Clank. Clank, clank, clank. Clank, clank.
Huh?
Clank, 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 clank. Clank. Clank, 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 clank. Oh my god.
Eep! All of the pots and dishes in the kitchen started clanking at once. It grew even stronger, so that finally the lid to one of the pots fell off. And from inside that pot, a slender white arm reached out.
What the fuck?
Lids fell off the other pots one after another, and another, and another. Eep! As if witches could exist, as if I'd believe it. When the number of arms grew to 7, a loud, shrill laughter split the air.
No, I don't like the sisters.
Oh, fuck. What a letdown. Too bad that someone who can make such delicious food is such a lightweight. If you don't want him, I'll take him. He's all mine. Wait, I said no. I'll take him. Huh? Whoa! Yeah! That would be pretty fucking confusing.
Yeah, I'd be fucking like, what the fuck?
Yeah!
Okay, so okay, that's good. I like how they made Gota's death quick. Because I don't want to watch Gota be torn apart. He means too much to me, dude.
Yeah.
And by that I mean he means literally nothing to me.
Gota's the best character in the story.
No.
Come on, let's search. There's only one more, I guess. That old hag, where is she? She isn't in the mansion. What about the guest house? Kuhi, first one wins, right? Come on, search, find her. Don't be noticed by the relatives in the dining hall, right? Oh, so they're still fighting in the dining hall while this is going on.
Oh, that makes sense.
And don't get noticed by the kids in the guest house, right? Search in silence, kill in silence. After all, it's still just the first Twilight. Fucking Twilights.
God damn.
Fucking Kumasawa was out in the fucking raid. Or something.
Damn it, Kumasawa, just get killed already.
She isn't in the guest house, but she wasn't in the mansion either, right? This music is pretty intense.
Yeah, dude.
There she is, out in the rain. Hey, I found her. She's in the rose garden. Why'd she standing around there without an umbrella? That's what I'm wondering. She's already given up. All mine. You blockheads can just sit there and watch. I told you, no, this one's mine. Come on, if we take any longer, we'll be scolded by Beatrice. Let's take care of it all at once. There, found her, surrounded her. Come on, let's get along and do it all at once, okay? Die!
What?
What?
God damn it. No, just kill her. Please. No. Wow, yeah, your computer's fucked.
Huh? What? What is this? Oh, what naughty girls. You wouldn't happen to be friends of that child, would you?
What child?
Just what is this? This old hag? There's got to be some mistake. One more time. And now they're gonna attack again, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
epic, dude.
why isn't it working?
Whoa.
Why isn't it working? They killed Gota so easily.
I know. Well, I mean, because Kumasawa's furniture, I guess.
Does that mean Gota isn't furniture?
I guess. Or maybe he just doesn't know how to use his furniture superpower.
Why can she defend against us? Move aside! One more time! They're gonna do it again. No matter how often you try, it won't work. Oh, maybe they won't. This person is good. Good, I'm glad they won't do it again. I am waiting for that child. Would you mind calling for her?
What child? Tell me.
Do you really expect us to run errands for you like that?
Oh, there we go. That's the child.
Oh, it's that golden bee.
That's that golden bitch.
There's no need. Beatrice? Oh, fucking Bronave.
Bronave.
After all, even I have manifested by now. I was certain that you had awakened. Bronave, it's been a long time. Yes, truly a long time. This person's talking to Ronave without using Sama? Ronave-sama without using Sama?
Whoa, how disrespectful, dude. Whoa, new art.
And it's been a long time since I've seen you too, Beatrice. She's not even using Sama for Beatrice-sama?
Whoa.
Enough. Don't you know who this is? The name Beatrice itself is hers. I only inherited it from her. This is my teacher, the previous Lady Beatrice.
What? No!
The previous Lady Beatrice?
What? So, okay, was she the blue-haired fucking Beatrice a while ago? Like, what?
Gold butterflies appeared in ones and twos from the Garden of Roses and began to gather around Kumasawa. Then, after she was wrapped in a golden sparkle, she burst and disappeared, and Kumasawa's form was no longer there.
White butterflies? Oh, fuck, I was right.
Fuck. Instead, there was another golden witch, the one who once taught the path of an endless witch to Beatrice, and the only person Beatrice ever called teacher. Her hair was long, beautiful, and vividly youthful, and her figure in that elegant dress couldn't possibly have been mistaken for an old lady. No, this looked like a completely different person from Kumasawa.
Jesus Christ.
What?
I'm gonna have to turn this down.
You're gonna have to turn it down?
Yeah, but I already did, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, teacher. I never even dreamed that we would meet each other again. Oh, fuck. My voice was
just
like...
give her an English voice.
What?
She looks English, so just give her an English voice.
No, I already had a voice for her.
Wait, what voice was it? I can't remember.
It was like stupid voice.
Oh, right, okay. I like stupid.
Yes, neither did I. I certainly never dreamed that my sleep would be disturbed. Because the reason I wanted to give her a stupid voice was because, I told you that after episode 2, he rewrote episode 3 completely because episode 2 was too hard, right?
Right.
So she was not going to appear for a long time and her character was going to be completely different, but he ended up putting her in here as kind of a tutorial character.
Okay.
To teach Battler how to play. Just in case you haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah,
and
I still feel a little lost.
Yeah, so that's why I gave her the stupid voice, because he added this character because everybody was stupid and couldn't figure it out.
Oh, hey, no. Dude, I'm smart as fuck, I promise. Okay.
Such a troublesome time for you to awaken. If you'd remained asleep as usual, the first twilight could have ended without much trouble. Or perhaps I should be glad you're here. I was just getting a tad bored. As usual, it seems you're toying with sinless people in a vulgar game. I believe I taught you several times that the power of the Endless Witch mustn't be used to cause people trouble. Don't say that, teacher. Isn't boredom our natural enemy? This is just a little spice to escape from that. Tch. The more the corrosion advances, the stronger my power becomes, and the easier it becomes to summon my minions. But who would have thought it would release the seal on you, teacher, at the same time? It's precisely because I predicted such a thing would happen that I slept so very close to where you were, though I prayed in my sleep that I would not be woken again. Being reunited with you like this is a very sad thing for me. You're as cunning as always, teacher. Renove, have that young furniture step back. Furniture only serves its master. The master is responsible for all of her crimes. Certainly. Madam Beatrice. I have already passed that name on to this child. Come now, step back. Furniture girls. I may give warnings a second time, but if you did not listen to the first, however, do not expect to receive a third. What's going to happen?
I don't know.
Step back, seven sisters of purgatory. If you get dragged into this, only dust will remain. But back, everyone! Wonave and the seven sisters of purgatory were tweeted. After that, what remained was the Beatrice whose daring expression didn't falter, and the teacher Beatrice, who had given up that name and wore a composed smile. Well then, teacher, what tea shall I prepare for our long-awaited reunion? Oh, let's see. This reunion was longer in coming than the visit of a comet. Perhaps I will accept your hospitality. And if it seems a mistake has been made, I'll have you return my name and the title of Endless Witch. So, even the title of Endless Witch has a license renewal policy. As you wish, teacher. See how splendid your disciple has become, and see how far she surpassed you so long ago. The air between the two Beatrices seemed to explode with sparks. Just by glaring at each other, they purged all spirits from that space. As they watched, the seven sisters shivered. After all, if they had retreated just 3 steps west than they had, they would already have been turned to dust by now. So come, Beatrice. Surrendering my name to you is the only regret I have in life. I will now correct that error by my own hands. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You've got it wrong, teacher. My only error was becoming your disciple in the hopes of gaining such a puny level of power, get it? What are you calling magic? What are you calling the Endless Witch? All you've got is a power that can be gained just by noticing, right? And you act as though that's so great and impressive. Your turn's long over, teacher. This is a new song.
Whoa, dude. That was a new picture, too. Whoa! Whoa! Fucking... What the fuck?
So she just has like a shield all the time on her?
Yes, she's like a shield.
She's a super witch with white butterflies.
Yeah.
Like when Gandalf the Grey died and he came back as Gandalf the White.
Oh yeah! That's exactly what this is a rebirth theme. Yeah. And so... Okay. So Kumasawa is... What? So, wait, how do witches work? How do witches work again? So, like, can Kumasawa just be... Like, I remember, yeah, they can do shit like that. They can be, like... There can be, like, two witches that are the same person.
Well, what does Battler have to say about it?
What does Battler have to say about it? I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. What in the world is happening right in front of my eyes?
You poor thing. It seemed my disciple is causing you trouble. I apologize.
Who the heck are you? Why did old Kumasawa turn into a Nei-chan like this? I mean, seriously, who are you? I don't get it. What kind of special effects are these? My head feels like it's gonna explode.
I am the witch teacher of that child. My old name was Beatrice. When that child succeeded me, I gave up that name, so I have no name of my own.
Well, I'll give you a name. Your name is Doo-Doo Head. Like you've already said, your disciples have been a real pain to me. Please take responsibility and do something. No, wait. Doo-Doo Head. I don't believe in stuff like this, as if witches and magic could exist. I won't I won't accept this messed up battle. Damn it, what should I believe?
You should believe in the magic.
No.
Why not?
Because magic's fucking stupid, dude. I mean, look at this shit. I could do this shit with, like, just fucking, like, CSS. And just fucking do this shit. It's not that hard.
Do it.
I'll do it.
Oh. Ho ho ho! That's just like you. Hospitality with a very quick temper. Shit. Ha 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 ha! I'd expect nothing less from you, teacher. It seems this is so trivial, you don't even... something. What was the end of that?
You don't even feel like opening your eyes.
You don't even feel like opening your eyes. But I doubt you'll be able to win unless you're prepared to wreck this whole island, see? Come, arise, shoulder war towers!
What the fuck? No! What the fuck is going on?
We're summoning the shoulder war towers.
No!
In response to Beatrice's summons, a terrific earth tremor split the Rose Garden, and on either side of her shoulders, two massive war towers sprouted and stabbed into the heavens. They stretched up to 100 Mewoot tall, and each had over 360 ports. They were war towers of the God's Army Corps, which had prevented even groups of ancient heroes from invading their sacred grounds. As Beatrice elegantly floated in the gap between the massive two-headed towers, she looked down on her teacher, sneering with her sense of absolute superiority. With the two massive towers lined up behind her shoulders, the witch looked very small, like a butterfly dancing between huge trees. Don't think you can dodge it by turning into butterflies, okay? The density of the Twin Towers barrage wouldn't just make you a pinned bug sample. It'd make you a madly stabbed pincushion, right? Over 720 ports opened on the towers, and Godly soldiers readied their multi-shot ballistas. Oh.
That's pretty epic, dude.
Yeah. Is that the end of your turn? Heh, famous last words. Blast away!
Kabam!
That's a lot of...
It wouldn't make that sound, but yeah.
It would make that sound. The ballista shots that numbered over 1,000 were all fired at once, drawing a beautiful geometric curtain of death. The bluish sound as the bowstrings were played was probably even deeper than that of a weeper swinging its sickle. Come, arise, fallen tower. split the single language and let that sin be known. The sky was stained in an incandescent red, and from between the clouds a blazing massive tower fell upside down. That massive falling tower and its rubble sucked in the thousands of ballista shots, so that not one of them approached the body of the witch who had summoned it. That's right, no group of people, no matter how large, could approach the mysteries of heaven. That was the reality of the fallen tower. As I'd expect from you, teacher. If you do something, you always do it big. Yeah, huh? My turn isn't over. Come, arise, sons of Vivaldi. Bestow upon me a worthy spear. Smothered mate.
So that's what that said?
Yeah.
Smothers mate?
Yeah, mine goes slow enough I can read it. It said smothered mate. As the massive crimson tower that had fallen made a terrible gold-colored explosion, a massive spear appeared from inside those flames, so tall, like a tower, that you had to look up to see all of it. It was too large even for a giant's hand. That divinely beautiful spear of the gods was so massive, it gave the illusion that the fallen tower had turned into a spear of the same size. It was a spear of certain victory that none could escape. Looks like your twin towers won't help you now. How foolish, to block off your means of escape on both sides. You can't defend against even a single spear. When she snapped her fingers in command, the massive tower-sized spear shot at Beatrice like a lightning bolt. It aimed right for the middle of the center of the golden witch's heart with extreme precision, as she danced in the gap between the towers like a butterfly, slicing straight through the air like a flash of lightning. Ha! So, you use Gungnir at a moment like this? You really are incredible, teacher. Burst, useless towers. Arise, giant soldier battle line. Fully block that divine spear with your shields and chests. The shoulder wall towers exploded in gold. They became several billion gold butterflies. Those butterflies took the shape of 7 massive armored soldiers. Each stretched a full 50 meroot into the sky, and they lined up in front of Beatrice, protecting their master and holding massive shields that towered like windmills. Those are big.
Epic. What is a meroot? Is that just a meter?
I feel like it's bigger than a meter, because 50 meters isn't that tall.
What do you mean? The Colossal Titan was 50 meters.
I feel like it's taller than 50 meters. But it could be wrong. Comment if I'm wrong. Tell us what a meroot is.
Yeah, or if he just spelled it wrong.
I don't think they spelled it wrong. Twice. They were as massive as a mountain range. Yeah, I don't think a mountain range is going to be only 50 meters tall.
Alright, fine. I guess they're as big as the sky is vast.
Yeah, they're fucking huge. The witch behind them was like a small moon hiding behind the mountains. Once in the past, when the massive shields these giants held had been wetted by the whole regiment, they had protected King Wilhelm's castle not only from arrows, but from the wind and the rain, for when they had faced upwards and held their shields to the heavens, not a single raindrop had gotten through. Foolish. The shame of a witch who has forgotten to respect things sacred. Did you think mere giants could defend against the spear of the gods? Indeed. No matter how much human metal you are armed with, you cannot block a spear of the gods. A wonderful epaulette made by Madam. No way! Beatrice! Sama. Of course I haven't forgotten, teacher. Come, arise, disciples of Hephaestus. Bestow upon me a worthy shield. A golden whirlwind arose at the feet of the giant soldiers. It was a cloud of countless butterflies. They attached themselves to the massive shields like gold leaf, sparkling like they were a gold mirror. It was the absolute defensive wall given to a goddess by the chief of the gods, the Aegis shield. When the holy spear, which left a dignified tail behind it like a comet, crashed into the mountain range of that gold shield, there was a terrible, thunderous roar. It was the quaking of the pillars that held up the heavens. The divine spear spun around and around and was sent flying in the direction of the setting sun. Impossible! She defended against the divine spear? No, that is not correct. The divine spear avoided her. It is the law of the gods that an absolute spear and an absolute shield must never fight one another. Although, in the end, it means the same thing as defending against it. Fucking asshole. Fucking puts her divine shield up against the divine fucking thing. They can't fight each other.
Fucking dick. What if it hit it accidentally, dude? Like that'd be...
It can't. It's impossible to hit it accidentally.
But what does that mean about free will and fate?
Your skills have improved from engaging in these fights so often. Or rather, it seems you're still as bad as ever at this kind of game, teacher. It's my turn to strike back. I shall follow the code and counter a spear with a spear. The giant soldier battle line, which had fully blocked the divine spear, released its holy gold shields. The shields fell to the earth, making the ground shake.
Countless golden butterflies.
You're a golden butterfly. You're just a big butterfly. When they did...
Dude,
what?
Cool. Not cool.
Another gold whirlwind arose, and the 7 gold shields changed their form into 7 massive spears of lightning lying on the ground. At once, each of the giants lifted one of their legs high and firmly stomped on the tips of the handles. Now they've got giant spears and shit.
Damn, dude.
As the earth shook with a thunderous sound, the 7 lightning spears spun beautifully and flew up above the giant soldiers' heads. They scattered into a golden splash and began to fall before the giants. Each of the giants squared off, and with the force of their whole body, they kicked and smashed them. The broken pieces numbered exactly 30, and became lightning spears of exactly the same size as the originals, which made 210 for the 7 giants, and all of those burst at once, with each splitting into 30 thorns for a total of 6,300. They became a barrage of thunderclouds, drawing a beautiful geometric pattern, and then each changed into 3 bolts of lightning, so that 18,900 thunderbolts shot at the predecessor Beatrice. That's a lot.
That's all. Yeah,
that's a lot of
big
lightning.
Number that you can't quantify with your brain.
Isn't the highest number like 500?
I don't know.
Oh. It's over. Beatrice-sama. I would expect nothing less from Madam. That bundle of almost 20,000 thunderbolts must have reduced the teacher's body to dust. But there had been no resistance. Beatrice knew immediately that she had been fooled. At that time, from the direction that the sun had supposedly set, she felt the impossible rays of sunlight. A brilliant ray of light shone on her profile. It was the figure of her teacher, holding aloft the spear of the gods that had supposedly been repelled a short while ago. She bore a sparkle like the sun on her back and made it shine on the incarnation of darkness. As Beatrice watched, she was trapped like a mouse in a cage, cornered in a dead end formed by the giant soldier battle line. By now, the predecessor Beatrice had seized a position directly alongside that line. Playtime is over, Beatrice. Have I exposed my flank? Her bold expression hadn't faltered even once, but now twisted for the first time. And faster than Beatrice could quick her tongue, the predecessor Beatrice released the holy spear. As it leaped through the air, it changed its form once more. Come, arise, Death Guard, brothers. Bestow upon me the giant smashing iron hammer of heaven. Giant soldiers, protect me! What are you doing, you blockheads? By now it was no longer a spear, but a whirlwind of a massive hammer that waved like a sound or like a windstorm as it flew through the air. It was the legendary hammer that had shaken even the king of the frost giants, so the giant soldiers couldn't escape from that fear. So regardless of how strongly their master ordered them, they couldn't get in the path of that hammer. Back, rank mate. Rest in peace. Damn it! Oh no. Before the whirlwind of that massive chunk of metal, Beatrice was nothing more than a mere speck. The instant the whirlwind started to suck Beatrice in, she appeared to change into a massive war tower. The iron hammer smashed the war tower, scattering tremendous amounts of rubble, but it did not reach she who had escaped behind it. Furthermore, when the smoke started to settle, the war tower had sucked in the massive iron hammer without crumbling and blocked the way. Even the giant smashing iron hammer couldn't break through the final tower protecting the witch. However, this war tower was actually the witch's last trump card. It was a war tower for dodging that could only save her from danger once. But this tower was impregnable. No weapon could break through it. Except for my hammer!
Oh no!
At that time, the moon disappeared. As Beatrice hid in the shadows of the giant soldier battle line in the war tower, she looked up at the sky. When she did, inside the moon was the figure of a massive horse ridden by the god of war and death. The predecessor Beatrice rose the horse with him. His cloak had blocked the moon and swallowed it in an eerie shadow, and the spear of the gods was in his hand once more. In other words, it was a godly knight who had jumped over the ramparts formed by the giant soldiers in the war tower, attacking from the heavens. Smothered mate.
Smothered mate. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ha 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 ha! You got me! Oh shit. Smothered mate. I knew it was fun, Beatrice. Oh! The struggle to the death between the two witches with the same name was over. The spear that had been launched from the heavens pierced the ground. The giant soldier, battle line, and the war tower split up into countless gold butterflies, wrapping the area in a gold-colored storm. Then came the sound of thunder, and the sound of the falling rain and wind. If you looked around, the rose garden was empty. The butler and the rest were watching the two witches confronting each other. But Beatrice alone had changed. She had been pierced straight through by the spear, from the base of her neck and her right shoulder to her left buttocks, unable to even reach the ground with her feet. horribly exposed like a pitiful pinned butterfly tormented by the wind and rain. Beatrice? As expected, a truly fearsome person. That settles it, Beatrice. Ouch. Damn.
She got pierced, dude.
Beatrice wore a bitter smile of false courage, but a strand of blood dangled from her mouth, making her look even more pitiful. The title and power of the Endless Witch. You will return them to me now, along with the name Beatrice. You are too immature to call yourself an Endless Witch. Stop. Forgive me, teacher. I was just fooling around, okay? The rain and the wind.
Yeah.
I will take my name back from you. I shall return you to your original form. Perhaps you should relinquish this power which is beyond you and live a life suitable for yourself. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? The predecessor Beatrice began to recite the words of power. When she did, small gold butterflies gathered near the skewered Beatrice and began to swarm around her. Poor Beatrice.
Poor Beatrice. Now she's not powerful anymore.
Like butterflies sucking the nectar out of flowers, they began to suck the magical power out of Beatrice, and it seemed to cause her intense pain. A cry of anguish issued from Beatrice's mouth. She no longer had any power to resist it. Come, try closing your eyes. Try to remember. What form did you have? Come, Beatrice. Repeat it with me. Let us sing a song together. Then it will be over soon. Let us end your pain as fast as possible. You're right. How long has it been since I've sung with you, teacher? Come, together now. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? Come, try to remember. What form did you have? When the two of them began to recite the same song, more and more gold butterflies danced around, swarming around Beatrice. It will be all right, my lady. You will lose your place as my disciple, but that will not change the fact that you are the lady I serve. After that, I shall read a book for you again. I shall bake you apple pies once more, just like it was long ago. Come, try to remember. Yes, try to remember. Are you finally starting to remember? Hey, teacher. Did you remember? That thing behind you?
Oh no.
What thing?
I don't know.
What is this? When the predecessor Beatrice looked behind her, there was an eerie hedgehog code up there.
Oh.
Like Sonic.
A
No.
hedgehog.
It was herself.
What?
There was another predecessor Beatrice whose whole body had been packed with ballista shots, lying there like a pincushion doll. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? Or maybe that's not right. Come, try to remember. How were you killed? The predecessor Beatrice was stunned. Her form gradually began to fade away.
Well, see ya.
What a crazy character. Oh no. This is... When did you... At the beginning, I did not summon a pair of shoulder towers. There were 4 towers. Teacher, you carelessly stepped across the 7th rank rook boundary of death created by the 2 hidden towers, which were lurking in the distance on either side of you. It was bad manners of me to say check this late. I simply must apologize. The battle had been decided at the very beginning. It had been over since the time the predecessor had leaned forward, readying her holy spear to attack Beatrice, who had been wedged between her shoulder towers. The hidden towers working on either side had bathed her in a windstorm of ballista shots from 720 ports on both sides, pinning and killing her. However, Beatrice hadn't wanted it to be resolved like that. She had wanted to let her teacher take her next move, and had continued acting as though the game was still on. She had immediately revived her with the endless power, and had made her continue the game as though nothing had happened.
Oh, huh. That's very sadistic.
Yeah. Yeah. Then the predecessor slowly remembered that she had already been killed, and began to vanish completely.
Oh, dude, don't you hate it when you forget that you're dead?
Yeah. When she did, the spear that had pierced Beatrice also vanished.
Well, looks like we're never seeing that character again. See ya.
Beatrice finally landed on the ground. There wasn't even a trace of a scar. It was fun, teacher. If you want to play again, I'll revive you anytime. And once we've had some fun, I'll make you remember that you're a corpse again.
Wow.
See? I did everything you told me to, right? Didn't you tell me to always put my toys back in their boxes when I'm done playing with them?
Oh. Okay. Now I know who Beatrice is.
You know who Beatrice is?
Yep.
Who is Beatrice?
The little girl. Yeah, I just made that connection right now.
Oh, from the beginning? Yeah.
I forgot.
Was it an easy victory? You fool, it was a tough one. If I hadn't tricked her with the 4 towers, I would have been the one dead, as I'd expect from teacher. But now I can stand proud. Now I have completely surpassed teacher. Ronave, clean up teacher's remains a bit. I haven't lost my respect for her that much. Certainly. Tonight's first twilight became a little too riotous. A little cleanup will be necessary. I shall see to it immediately. Goats, it is time to clean up.
No, not the goats, dude.
Well, they're just cleaning.
Yeah.
When Monove snapped his fingers, blazing, sparkling eyes began to blink open in the shadows and darkness, becoming goat-headed attendants that appeared one after another. One by one, they wordlessly stood at attention in a line behind Monove's back. This time, what shall be done about the 6 corpses? Another closed room pattern? I'm in no mood to think now. I will leave it to you, Ronave. An extraordinary closed room to torment Battler, if you would. Certainly. Then it shall be extraordinary.
My brain.
Okay, where's Battler? Battler, did you see my big moment?
Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, you just crave attention, don't you? Damn it, after being shown that screwed up magical storm, what can I deny? Everything, actually. Oh, forget just witches existing. After being shown that tremendous flashy fantasy, what can I deny now? I don't get it anymore. It was like that last time too, but how can I deny these awesome, wonderful, magical battles? Oh.
Isn't that right? After watching this, you can't talk your way out of it, right? Okay, Battler, let me hear some ridiculous reasoning. Yeah. Yeah. Milady, your laugh is becoming undignified. Oh, my apologies. But that isn't my fault. After all, if Battler tightly closes his eyes, grinds his teeth, and shows me that ever so bitter expression, it just automatically slips out of my mouth, you see. Yeah. So, Battler, why don't you return to the table without losing heart? Milady is expecting your counterattack, you see.
Quit messing with me. How the hell can I make a counter-argument? In the first place, everything was already screwed up when that tower sprouted up out of the earth. Should I say that under the ground in Rakajima there's a secret laboratory for building super alloy combined robots or something? And that pushing a button can make these strange towers spurt up? Right, and then those huge giants must be the robots. Or maybe an evil secret association's mecha monsters. I don't get it. Don't talk to me. That's how he cries.
Look, don't cry, okay? Bang, bang, it's magic. If you want, I'll crush the moon and make comics fall like rain. I can even bury the whole island in those massive breasted Nate-chans you like so much, see?
Yeah, that'd be pretty great, actually.
Come on, look, my turn's over, see? Show me your response, launch your counterattack. You can't, can you? Except that there's a quadrillion things you can't do. You're useless against this, right? You actually like this kind of fantasy, don't you? I get it, that's been going around on the streets lately, hasn't it? In manga and light novels and anime and movies. Some teenage brats get a whole bunch of strange special abilities and they blow up all sorts of stuff with the fate of the world on the line. You love that too, don't you? I know, don't hide it, you love it, right? Hasn't the thing you love just been displayed before your very eyes? Why do you believe it in manga and anime, but you won't believe me? Believe it! You can't argue back, not after you've been shown something like this, right? Look, answer! You don't need to think, you can just obediently say, I'm sorry, Beatrice. Look, try saying it. I'm sorry, Beatrice. Try saying it. Say it, don't be embarrassed.
Oh, it's done.
Well, are you going to say you're sorry?
Nope.
Oh, what time is it? Is it going to be 6 o'clock?
It's 6. Fuck. God. Why? My brain, dude. My brain. My brain doesn't work, dude.
Who's this opening on?
Who is it?
All of the servants are dead, so it can't open. The last 2 times it opened on the servants. Mm-hmm. Imagine if they're still arguing in the fucking...
Still arguing. Alright. Well, it looks like we're in the dining hall. They're probably still there.
Or maybe no one's up yet.
Yeah, maybe that one. Yeah, that one seems... Yeah, because the last few times they all never,
Yeah, it was just the servants cleaning.
Yeah.
Too bad they're dead.
Too bad. Well, who's gonna make tea then? I guess it's probably just gonna be like Natsui or Kirie.
Rosa loves tea or whatever. She was bringing tea around in the first episode, and she was giving everyone like
Rosa's
tea
gonna
gifts.
become the new servant. All right, cool.
Okay, goodbye
Okay.
everybody.
See ya.